Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of TikTok Stories when friends are toxic or betrayed. This one is a little wild, but take a look. Let's dive in.
Okay, so I wanted to give y'all a quick story time about how I almost got trafficked by my best friend. Well, literally like set up in traffic. This is why you should trust who you hang around and watch your surroundings at all times. I was dancing in this little hole in the wall in New Orleans, and I had met this girl at the strip club my first night. She was telling me how she was best friends with my best friend, but I had never heard of this girl a day in my damn life. So when I asked my friend, at the time dance partner as well, I was like, hey, do you know this chick? She claims that she knows you. And she was like, yeah, she's cool. You know, she's been dancing here a long time. We consider her like an OG. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm already getting in with the OGs. And if you know, like when it comes to dancing, I actually knew I was literally a baby dancer, like 19. I'm 27 now. She invited me to brunch the next day. Mind you, I didn't stay in New Orleans. I stayed in Mississippi. And I didn't have a car at the time. Like I said, I was like freshly out of high school. Then she pulls up in this Mercedes and she texts me that she's outside. So yeah, I get in the car and she was already being a little awkward. Like she was cool for the takeoff, but y'all, once we got on the interstate, craziest shit I had ever heard in my life. One of the questions was like, how would your family feel if you never came back? Like if they never seen you again? Like, girl.
Hold on, say what? So she said, what do you think your family members would think if they never seen you again? You should have hopped out on the highway.
Who asks that, first of all? But anyway, I kept going with him. So I'm listening. I'm just telling her stuff. I'm telling her, like, why I started dancing. You know, what's my goal dancing. Because at the time, I was really into, like, just the pole work. I didn't care too much about shaking ass and shit. And she was real fit, y'all. Like, this, I don't know. So also, I started to notice on the ride, you know, to New Orleans, I would ask to go to like fast food and stuff. She didn't eat fast food. Like I said, she was real fit and she had a very strict diet. She's ordering like, I think like a parfait or something from McDonald's. I was ordering like all type of stuff, you know. Y'all, wasn't the mission to go get brunch? Okay. So I'm texting my friend. She has my location. I'm texting her, you know, every time that we, you know, make a little stop or whatever, just to let her know, like, everything's okay. Like, I'm with such and such. You know, she real cool so far. So, mind you, while I'm making these phone calls, the girl is also making phone calls, but it's like a man's voice I'm hearing. I mean, every time we stop, y'all, we could literally, like, and I brought my little chihuahua, too, at the time with me as an emotional support animal. I didn't care at all. I bring my dog everywhere. She would stop and like call this man every single time we would stop or pull over. And I'm just like, what the fuck? I told my friend, I'm like, girl, does she have a boyfriend? Like I'm texting her like, hey, you know she got a boyfriend or something? Because every time we make a stop, she's calling this man, telling him where we at. My friend was taking too long to respond after I asked her if, you know, if there was like a man involved or whatever. Did she have a man? Mind you, okay, we get to the girl's house. Y'all tell me why we walk in and her lights are out. Her lights are out.
Wait, so you mean like she gotta turn them on or they out, like not paying that bill out?
So I'm thinking to myself, like, you know, what we gonna do if the lights out, you know? So guess who she calls? This man. So she's like, hey, like the lights are out. Like, what are we supposed to do? I'm supposed to be getting ready for brunch, but the light.
Hold on, sis. First of all, y'all get in the car. She asking real questions, talking to an anonymous man. Y'all pull up to the house, no lights on. She calling the anonymous man. This don't make sense, and it don't sound right. But continue.
Lights are out. Like, it's like as if the lights are out was like a fucking key word or something. Then we go to this hotel, motel type of place. Mind you, I keep telling y'all this is like 2015, 16 at the time. So, yeah, motels, hotels, it really didn't matter. So we check into this motel, and girl, when that motherfucker got on that phone that last time to tell that man where we was at, I lost it. Because why do you keep calling him and telling him where we're at? Why does he need to know every little move? Like, it's not making sense. We get a knock on the door. It's the man.
Oh, not the man.
It's the man. He's like, hey, let me talk to you for a minute. Shorty walks out the door. Soon as he says, hey, let me talk to you for a minute, Shorty walks out the door. So at this point, I'm just looking, I like, like, yo, what's good? And he was like, hey, such, and you're going to need my number from now on. So I'm like, all right. I start putting it, I'm going along with it. I'm like, all right, what's your number? I put the number in my phone, and I'm like, what do I need to save it as? Like, what's your name? This man says, save my number in your phone as King.
Not King. Usually we would put don't answer. But what happened next?
So at that point, I literally lost it. I lost it. I already knew what was going on. I had, at this point, acted like I needed to go to the restroom. Like I got his number, and told him it was nice to meet him. Was waiting on the girl to come back. When I came out the bathroom, she still wasn't there. It was still the nigga. Even taking a next breath without asking what the is going on. So he begins to ask me, how do I know my best friend?
I'm sorry, what do you mean? This is my best friend. I'm trying to figure out, how does she know you for y'all to know me? And do I even know her?
Like, no, how do you know my best friend? It's like, oh, she's been one of my girls for a minute. One of my girls, like, what the fuck do you mean? One of my girls. She's been one of my girls for a minute now. Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck have I gotten myself into? I was literally shaking in my motherfucking pants at this point. Get a knock on the door. Do y'all want to know who it is? Guess. It was my best friend.
Wait, not the best friend that left you in a room with this anonymous man that's showing up. Not this so-called best friend that got you here in the first place. Who is this friend, this best friend? We need more, sis. I stopped here. I don't know what's going on. Listen, y'all take heed from this story. This is wild. This was a setup from the beginning. Are they still best friends? Somebody please let me know. And please let me know your thoughts below. If you enjoyed this story, stay tuned for more. Watch out for them TikTok stories. They got their own little movies going on. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned and aware.